Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a book review. I've just recorded my current favourites, hence the same outfit, although when I look back you can't actually see that I've got a pink bit, so it just looks like I'm wearing this white plain top, but that's a completely different thing. Today I'm going to be reviewing Far From You by Tess Sharp. I've recently finished this. I haven't been doing a lot of reading lately, hence why there hasn't been as many book reviews. The main reason for that is I've been knitting quite a lot. I've been knitting a scarf for my cousin, which we gave to her yesterday, and I really think she loved it. It took ages, like a month to do, because I chose such a small wool size. But anyway, so I haven't really been reading a lot. And like on my Goodreads I was like 5 books ahead of my book challenge, but now I'm like 1 book ahead. So I picked this up on a whim. I'd never heard anyone in the book community talk about it. It says living with the truth can be murder, and it's got these twinkly lights on the front. I'll read you the back bit and then I'll sort of go in more depth about it. It says 9 months, 2 weeks, 6 days. That's how long recovering addict Sophie's been drug free. I like the fact she's called Sophie. I like any book if they've got my name in it. 4 months ago, her best friend Mina died in what everyone believes was a drug deal gone wrong. A deal they think Sophie set up. Only Sophie knows the truth. She and Mina shared a secret, but there was no drug deal. Mina was deliberately murdered. Forced into rehab for an addiction she's already beaten, Sophie's finally out and on the trail of the killer. But can she track them down before they come for her? So it's like this murder mystery. It's sort of in 2 parts, because on one hand you've got Sophie trying to overcome her drug abuse and her addiction, and then you've got Sophie trying to find out who Mina's killer is, who was her best friend, and getting to the truth of the story. This book is split like in alternating chapters, so it'll be set in what they call now, which will be the present, and it'll be Sophie. She's sort of overcome her addiction, she's trying to find out who killed Mina, and then it'll go back in the past before Mina died, and you find out what their relationship was like, what Sophie's addiction was like, and all the events that sort of led up to Mina's death. So I found that quite interesting, and I really love like murder mysteries at the moment, especially like with Pretty Little Liars. I think that has something to do with probably why I only gave this 3 out of 5 stars, because Pretty Little Lies is such an amazing murder and secret driven storyline that this didn't let me down, but I wasn't as impressed as I was with the TV show and the books that follow that. So yeah, I only gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I will say it is a good book. I did enjoy it. I think it's also partly down to the fact that I wasn't reading it constantly and quite a lot. I was picking it up, putting it down, reading it here and there, so I wasn't really getting into it and reading large chunks at a time. And I think if I did that I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more. So I don't want to go too much into it because I don't want to give away spoilers, but I sort of want to give you a review on what I thought of it. I mean, if you like murder mysteries, then this is a good book for you. It's very intriguing. Because I'd never heard anyone talk about this book before, the plotline itself and the blurb on the back just really drew me in. I do find it at times it was a little bit hard to sort of follow the 2 different time periods, because it would go back to 6 months before Mina's death, and then it would go back to 2 years before Mina's death, and then it would go back to a month before Mina's death. So it was the timeline wasn't straightforward. It all like jumped back and forth, so you sort of had to keep an eye out and piece it together in your mind, which makes a book hard to read sometimes. I mean, honestly, we just want a book that's nice and easy to read. So I just wanted to say really quickly, if you remember, I posted a video about the Quarantine series. I reviewed book 1, which was The Loners. I don't think I filmed the other 2 book reviews, and it's been quite a long time since I've read them now. So I think, I don't think I'm going to be doing an actual film-based review for both of those. I will link my first one on the screen, but if you head over to my blog, which again I'll link in the screen, I actually wrote a review of all 3 books there, so if you still want to find out a bit more about those ones, head over there to read those. That's my short, quick little review on this book. If you've read this book, let me know what you think of it, and leave me your recommendations below for books to read, because even though I've got this whole shelf of books I need to read, I'm always looking for recommendations. Head over to my Goodreads page to see what I'm reading right now, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!